Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome or welcome back to Stars Aligned Oracle YouTube channel. Cat Star here with your general reading for the week of May 9th through 15th. As a reminder, my readings are for entertainment and are general in nature. They may or may not resonate for everybody, so please do take what is for you and leave what isn't for those of you liking and sharing the videos. Thank you so much. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. I do trust that each and every one of you had the most fabulous weekend and a very happy Mother's Day. I had a wonderful, gorgeous, fun-filled weekend and was feeling just a bit, actually, exhausted this morning with all of the beautiful activities and fun that we had over the weekend. And this morning, crazy as it is, it was snowing here where I live, and that was insane. It's May 9th, and we are still getting snow. I'm not even sure what in the actual heck or is going on, but I'm over it. I'm over the snow, thinking that it's time for it to be warming up and getting really nice, and it's still snowing. So there's that. Let's go ahead and see what's going on, coming in, happening for you this week, Aquarius in general. Let's get a couple of more cards out here. Oh, look at that. Ooh, 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 ooh. So many sixes. You have 3 of 4 sixes so far out here, Aquarius. Wow, wow, wow. We're going to get into it in just a second. And for some of these, we've got, wow, wow, wow. Oh my gosh. So for some of these, we've got just a couple of cards. For some, we've got just one. The last one, we have quite a few. So let's get in. Let's see what's going on. So your overall energy this week, Aquarius, is the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So you're really, really birthing or nurturing, with the Queen of Cups here, something new into existence. This really could be kind of this inspiration, this overall inspiration that's coming over you this week, Aquarius, that is planting the seeds and really stepping into this nurturing space. Now, this could be this realization that is coming in that it is time to take care of yourself first, Aquarius, that it is time for you to really, really invest in yourself, take care of yourself, really have that compassion for yourself, because when you're feeling that for yourself, right? When you're leaning into that, when you are really, really tuning into it, it helps or assists you in filling your cup up. And then it gets to overflow out into the world, or you feel more compassionate for other people when you're feeling that compassion for yourself. So you're really, really in this place where you are planting this seed of nurture, of compassion, of caring, of kindness within yourself. So some of you are really going to be graceful with yourself during this time. Some of you are really going to tune into kind of how you're speaking to yourself, the kind of things that you think about yourself. And you're going to start to pivot that into a space where it is going to be more supportive, more graceful, more loving towards yourself. So what's coming into my mind, what's streaming through is, if you would treat your best friend or your sister, your brother, or a family member, or somebody that you love so deeply, somebody that you have so much care for, so much kindness for, so much compassion for, right? All the way around, that you are super excited and feel a connection. If you would talk to them the way that potentially you talk to yourself, if you would think things about them that potentially you have been thinking about yourself, this is all coming to the surface and coming into play for you this week, Aquarius. And you're moving into this space, you're planting the seed for, you're birthing this new kind of idea, you're having this breakthrough, this inspiration, this understanding, this aha, that nurturing yourself, having that compassion, that sensitivity, that grace for yourself is really beneficial, and it's really going to come into the forefront during this time, as potentially some of you have really been kind of negative to yourself, or have been kind of not so kind with yourself as of late, and or in the past. Or some of you are also potentially bringing in some past stuff that maybe is hurting you or not benefiting you during this time. And there's going to be that kind of eye-opening experience during this time, Aquarius, where you're going to really, really kind of flip that around and really tune into how you're loving yourself, how you're treating yourself, how you kind of respond to things, right? With kind of this new idea, this new version of yourself. You're really picking up this knowing, this idea, this understanding that you are this beautiful, beautiful person, this, and you have this beautiful existence, and you're allowing yourself to be sensitive and graceful and kind, compassionate with yourself. So, wow, this is really gorgeous energy that is coming in, this overall energy for you this week, Aquarius. Now, what you need to know specifically about this week, you have the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles is really coming in here with this knowing, this understanding, this almost independent feeling, right? Kind of looking around, taking some inventory. So some of you, again, with that overall energy, that sensitivity, that gracefulness within yourself, that self-love is really coming through. You've potentially have been really, really taking that inventory. And if you haven't been taking that inventory, then this is something for you to specifically know about within this time, that it is time to take that inventory, because that overall energy is really, really ramping up during this time, Aquarius. That overall nurturing, caring, self-love, compassion, gracefulness for yourself, turning that kind of flipping the switch on potentially what you have done or said, or how you've treated yourself in the past, and really having that inspiration, that understanding, planting that seed, knowing that you get to treat yourself just the same way that you would treat, again, somebody that you loved and cared for and respected deeply, because that's who you are. The only person that you will constantly have in your life, Aquarius, no matter what, from birth till the end, is you. And so you're really, really specifically tuning into and taking inventory of how you have treated yourself, because again, and I've said this on this channel before, that you teach others how to treat you by how you treat yourself. So you're really tuning into that specific inventory of kind of how you have been treating yourself, and really working towards that grace, that compassion, that kindness, that love, that self-love for yourself, because again, that's filling your cup up. And when we have a full cup, then we can share and put that out for others as well. And we can do that even when our cup's not full, but sometimes it's a little bit diluted in a way. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. The next cards that you have here are the Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. So you have a lot of Pentacles energy here going on too, Aquarius. And that Pentacles is kind of your physical. So moving into this physical understanding, this physical and mental, right? Because you have the or emotional, excuse me, because you have the cups here as well. But moving into this understanding that your physical really, really kind of depends on, or really does depend on, your mental state. So you have the Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. So what you need to focus on this week, the Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. So you're focusing on being in flow and really, really tuning into that abundance that you already have. So you have this abundance around you, Aquarius, when you choose to tune into what's all around you instead of being upset or complaining or bashing yourself, unfortunately, which is kind of where that overall energy is moving you out of during this week. Then you're going to see just how beautiful things are, how abundant your life is. This could be through compliments is what's coming through. This could be through recognition, being seen. There's so many ways that abundance flows into our life. And this is really what you need to be focusing on, the abundance that's already around you, all of that beauty that's around you, whether you're noticing the snow falling, which is beautiful, though it's not my favorite, right? Or you're noticing flowers blooming. There is that beauty all around you. Take that in and really, really notice, right? Kind gestures from other people, or whatever it is specifically for you, Aquarius, that really it assists you in feeling just very, very warm inside, or feeling, comforted, or feeling appreciated. That is all abundance that is around you. You're also really tuning into kind of the rewards, the growth that you have been receiving, what your new understandings are, moving into that inspiration, moving into this new space within yourself, or moving deeper into the space within yourself, Aquarius, is really bringing that growth. So that is really what your focus is meant to be during this week, is that growth, that evolution that you're going through within this, and also the abundance and being in flow. Because when we are accepting, cherishing, loving ourselves, nurturing ourselves, then we begin to align more with who we are. We begin to be in a better state of flow. And so that is where your focus is during this time, Aquarius. And what your challenge may be to staying focused is actually the Wheel of Fortune. So this challenge is coming in. This is where, you may have a hard or difficult time within staying focused, or just a challenge in general for this week for you, Aquarius. And this is coming in, that Wheel of Fortune. That Wheel of Fortune is really tuning into kind of the ebb and flow, how the wheel moves, right? Those challenges, there's going to be times where you're kind of moving potentially down, or the wheel keeps turning, right? And having that challenge of staying within this, the repetition, the practice of nurturing yourself, of being sensitive, of being compassionate, of being graceful with yourself, of being in the state of feeling that self-love and allowing yourself to have that self-love, even in those moments when it feels a little bit potentially heavy or dark, or when it feels like that wheel is turning out of your favor during this time, Aquarius. That is when it really, really, for lack of better words, what's coming through here is when it counts the most. So this is when it's going to count the most, Aquarius. In those moments when you potentially take a step backwards, in those moments where you potentially are, in a down moment, or kind of in that ebb moment, right? Because you have the flow, staying in the flow, the alignment, but that challenge is coming in, either to staying focused on this, or this in this week in general. That challenge is coming in, and this is where it's going to matter the most for you to be in that self-love, in that nurturing, in that care during this time, Aquarius, in that grace, in that state of deep grace within yourself. That is where that challenge is going to come in. And just remember, if you don't remember anything else from this reading, Aquarius, that is the point, that is the time that it's going to matter the most. Be graceful with yourself. If you're feeling a bit down, let yourself do it. Just don't let yourself stay there too long, okay? All right, and then what's going to assist you or support you this week? You have the Six of Wands, the Six of Swords and the Six of Wands. Now, sixes are generally, you've got 3 sixes here. Let me see right here. Yep, you've got the 3 sixes out here. You have 2 sevens and 2 nines. So you've got a lot of doubles and triples going on. So the triple sixes is that perseverance. It is that perseverance. So you have the Six of Swords and the Six of Wands. That Six of Swords is that transition period. So this is really this place, this assistance, this support, this understanding, right, with that challenge as well, that you do have this period of transition. We can decide, all right, as of this date, right here, right now, this moment in time, I am going to be graceful, caring, loving. I'm really going to focus on my self-love. I'm going to be inspired to fill my cup up, to really, really tune into what makes me happy, what lights me up, what assists me, what's beneficial, what supports me, and really, really tune into that. Really focus on all of that beauty, no matter what's going on, no matter what's happening, no matter who's saying what, no matter who's doing what. Really focusing on that. And then we have that potential challenge with that Wheel of Fortune coming in, right? Where there's times, and that's where it's going to matter the most. That Six of Wands is really reminding you, the Six of Swords is really reminding you that there is a transition period. Meaning that if you get down for a minute, or if you take a step back for a minute, allow yourself to really, really be graceful. Don't beat yourself up. Don't be down on yourself. Don't be super, super harsh on yourself, because it happens. It's part of that transition. It's part of that process. It's part of moving into that new state, Aquarius. And within that, that Six of Wands comes through, that victory, but it's also a recognition, right? So focus on, have the recognition for yourself, the pride in yourself, that feeling of achievement, no matter where you are at as far as the Wheel of Fortune turns. Have that be very focused on, right? Allowing that grace for yourself, allowing yourself to be where you are in that moment, allowing yourself, if you take a step back, to be okay with that and to continue moving, right? The Six of Wands, this is my magic card. Many of you know that. The Six of Wands is that victory. It is that achievement. It is that recognition. And that recognition for you is coming from you. You don't need validation from anybody else, of course. You don't need nobody else's permission to love yourself, to nurture yourself, to have grace and understanding and love and compassion for yourself. So you are really focused on giving yourself that self-recognition and not looking for permission or validation outside of yourself during this time, Aquarius, for you to know and trust and believe that you are moving in the right direction, because you truly, truly are. And there is success. There is success in the process, all right? And then you have the advice, Aquarius. So we got a lot of cards here. We've got a lot of back and forth energy coming in, Aquarius. So let's look at the back and forth energy here. You have the Nine of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and the Two of Swords. So that Nine of Swords and the Seven of Swords and, let's start over. The Nine of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and the Two of Swords is really kind of this back and forth energy. You have this back and forth energy. This is your advice, Aquarius. This back and forth energy is going to be part of this transition. It is. There's going to be times where you may be feeling like you're kind of at a crossroads, where you're not really sure which way to go. There may be times where you're feeling like there's just too many things to juggle, feeling a little bit overwhelmed. There may be times where you're feeling a little bit fearful, where you're maybe feeling a little bit anxious about the process. And that is part of it. Again, that is what is coming through, is that grace, that love, that compassion for yourself. This is where you're feeling kind of, potentially somebody isn't really, really kind of on board with this. And there are times, Aquarius, where you kind of move into a space where you have up leveled and other people aren't really in that space yet. There are times when people go, and that may or may not be something that you may notice or have happened during this time or within this current transition, this current energy. But that is what is coming through. You get to make that decision, right? And you don't have to be fearful, but you get to be graceful with yourself. If you are, you get to be graceful with yourself when you decide that you're no longer going to be at the crossroads and you're going to actually choose a path. And that path is the path that is best for you, that is most beneficial, most supportive. And it is your path back to yourself, Aquarius. That is really, really gorgeous. Also, you have the Page of Cups and the World coming through here, Aquarius. Now, not only do you have the Wheel of Fortune here, which is that movement, right? But you also have the World coming through here, which is also that. Now, the World is coming in as a completion of sorts. With that Page of Cups, you have, let me make sure here. Sometimes, as we know, we can say the wrong, or I can say the wrong thing. But you have this really, really happy surprise. You see that little fish coming out? It's like, oh, what is that? Not unexpected. This unexpected surprise that's going to be coming through within this transition, within this love, within this grace for yourself, Aquarius, because you're going to be vibing at a whole different kind of level. You're going to be putting out this aura. You're going to putting out this energy that is really magnetizing people into you. When we love ourselves, when we're compassionate, when we have high confidence, when we have high self-esteem, when we have grace with ourselves, when we're nurturing, caring, understanding. I tried to put that all in one word because the message is coming through so quickly. Then we attract people, like-minded people to us, people that respect themselves, love themselves, support themselves, right? In a very healthy, nurturing way, Aquarius, but we attract like-minded people to us. And so this is a beautiful, beautiful kind of twist for you within this transition, within all of this that is coming in, all of this beautiful energy, even within those moments when it feels a little bit darker for you, there is that rainbow at the end, or that light at the end of the tunnel here, Aquarius, and you're drawing people into, you are bringing people, like-minded people towards you. That tribe is coming towards you, people that are really, really within this same place. And this is really, really having this completion, having this success with the world, having this full circle, that is happening, Aquarius, where you are doing basically a 180, this transition, this nurturing, this compassion, this grace, that you are holding, this deep self-love that you are holding within yourself, that you are really, really moving through that transition. All of this energy, all of this work is really bringing you to this success, and that is gorgeous, gorgeous energy. You're bringing these beautiful people, you're having this amazing unexpected kind of surprise, and this is actually showing up as your tribe coming in, and you coming back full circle to who it is who you truly are. You've planted the seeds here in the overall energy, and Aquarius, at the end, you are now, this may actually extend past May 15th this far, because this is a process. This is growth. This is evolution. And, it can take some time. This work that you're doing right here is really going to be a catapult for you. And it's really, really kind of moving you into this beautiful, beautiful state of understanding, of inspiration, of knowing, of self-love for you, right? Of course. And it's bringing you into the success and this full circle where you have really, really planted that seed. And you have also, in potentially a metaphor kind of way, dug deeper and really kind of unveiled that true you, that potentially layers of conditioning, layers of life, right, of all of the things has really kind of covered that over, and you are coming back in this completion, in this full circle, back to this deeper level of yourself. And this is gorgeous energy, Aquarius. I'm truly, truly here for this. I do intend this resonated with you and for you. If it did, please do hit that like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also, feel free to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload new readings. It is free for you, and it does help support me, your girl, and this community as we continue to grow. As always, I do wish you lots of hope, lots of joy, and lots of love with all of your current and future endeavors, and I'll see you in the next reading.